class. So today we're going to introduce a new science unit, and I'm going to make you try and guess what we're going to learn about. Okay, so you're going to get one hint, and then you're going to talk to your shoulder buddies. And this is pretty hard, so just try your best. We're going to learn about something that we all have. Every single one of us has one of these. Monica's on the right track. We all have a nose.
Ears. Head. Shoulders, knees, toes.
All right, 10 more seconds. Pick an answer.
Hair.
I'm going with nose.
I'm gonna go with
3, 2,
Knees.
1. Knees?
nose.
A nose? Oh my goodness, you guys are so close. We're going to learn about our bodies. And both of those things are part of your bodies. Can everybody give me a little wiggle so that I know that you know what your body is? Look, we all have one. So we're going to learn about bodies in science for the next couple of weeks. And I think Miss Frizzle is going to teach us a little bit about it today. Okay, so this is the magic school bus inside the human body. It all began when Miss Frizzle showed our class a film strip about the human body. We knew trouble was about to start because we knew Miss Frizzle. She was the strangest teacher in school. Do you guys think I'm the strangest teacher in school? That's okay.
You like this Frizzle.
You're crazy.
The very next day, the Frizz made us do an experiment on our own bodies. Then she announced that we were going on a class trip to the Science Museum. We were going to see an exhibit about how our bodies get energy from the food that we eat. The trip started out like any other trip. We rode to the museum in the old school bus. Along the way, we stopped at a park for lunch. When it was time to go, everyone got back on the bus. Everyone but Arnold. He was still at a picnic table, daydreaming and eating a bag of Cheesy Wheezies. Oh, Arnold, he's always causing problems, isn't he? Hurry up, Arnold, called Miss Frizzle. She reached for the ignition key, but instead she pushed a strange little button nearby. At once, we started shrinking and spinning through the air. From inside, we couldn't see what was happening. All we knew was that we landed suddenly. What do you guys think is going to happen? They got really tiny, and they landed in Arnold's hand, and he's eating chips. All right, talk to your shoulder buddy. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, what do you guys think is going to happen? Tell me.
He's gonna eat all of them in the bus because it's so tiny and he's eating.
I think you're right. Let's keep reading and see if your prediction was right. And then we were going down a dark tunnel. We had no idea where we were. But as usual, Miss Frizzle knew. She said we were going inside a human body. We were going down the esophagus. Can everyone say esophagus?
Esophagus.
That is the tube that leads from the mouth to the stomach. Most of us were too upset about leaving Arnold behind to pay much attention. So you're right. I think they're inside Arnold. We are now passing into the stomach, said Miss Frizzle. It wasn't exactly quiet in there. The walls of the stomach moved in and out, churning and mashing the food into a thick liquid. The bus was turning round and round, and the digestive juice splashed the windows. Now we knew how it felt to be a hamburger. Miss Frizzle drove to the bottom of the stomach. We'll drive through this opening to the small intestine, she said. Okay, so where are they?
They're in this.
Okay, I want you to think about how your stomach feels right now. What if there was a bus inside of your stomach and it had people on it? How would those people feel? Is it quiet in your stomach right now? Mishy's kind of hungry, so I think that it would be kind of gurgly if a bus was in my stomach. Tell your shoulder partner, how would a bus feel if it was in your stomach right now? What would it be like?
It would be, I drink a lot of juice, so they'd be swimming around.
You're
so
right.
Kind of fun, but scary.
But scary. Yeah. What about you? What would a bus be doing in your stomach? What's your stomach feel like right now?
My stomach feels kind of full, kind of not. So I feel like they kind of be going through all this mush.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I'm kind of glad I'm not in this bus. Let's see where else they're going to go. The small intestine was a coiled up, hollow tube. The inner walls of the tube were covered with tiny fingers called villi. And the villi are tiny blood vessels. Food molecules are taken into these blood vessels, said Miss Frizzle. Once the food is in the blood, it can travel all over the body. We felt ourselves getting even smaller, and Miss Frizzle started driving into one of the villi. She was going straight into a blood vessel. So now they're going into the blood in Arnold's body. So they're getting even tinier. Now we were in the blood, but it did not look red. Blood is not just a red liquid, explained Miss Frizzle. Blood is made of cells floating in a clear fluid. Those cells look like red rubber saucers, someone called out. Those are red blood cells, Miss Frizzle said. Red blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. Here and there, a white blood cell was busy destroying disease germs. White blood cells are like soldiers, protecting your body from enemies, said Miss Frizzle. Okay, so we know that they protect us from germs. Can you talk to your shoulder partner now? And I want you to talk about what could our white blood cells protect us from? What happens when we get germs in our body? Oh, I'm hearing a lot of right answers. Can you guys all tell me together, what do germs cause?
They make you get sick.
Yeah, so your white blood cells protect you from getting sick. Good job. The next thing we knew, we had flowed into the heart. Inside the heart are 4 hollow spaces. We've heard the word hollow 2 times. What do you think hollow means? Think about the context clues. What does hollow mean? If they're inside something that's hollow and there's lots of space, what do you think it means, Monica?
Like it's empty.
Empty? Yeah.
Good
Good job. Good job. Yeah, hollow means empty. So the next thing we knew, we had flowed into the heart. And inside the heart are 4 hollow spaces called chambers, said Miss F. Each chamber is a little pump. The 2 chambers on the right side of the heart took in used blood from the body and pumped it to the lungs. In the lungs, the red cells picked up fresh oxygen. So now we're going to think about the bus inside of us again, okay? So it's in your heart now. I want you to feel your heart. Would it be beating really fast or really slow? What would they be hearing right now? I'm kind of excited, so I think that they would be feeling a pretty fast heartbeat. Oh, wow, you're taking your pulse, Monica. Good job. You're going to be a nurse. You can't feel it?
No.
Okay, maybe it's beating, I promise. Maybe put your hand here. This is easier. Would it be going fast or slow? What would the bus be hearing? Renee, what would the bus be hearing in your heart? Well, Monica thinks.
73 beats per minute.
70. Wow, that's a fancy watch you have. What about you, Monica? It's okay if you don't have a fancy watch. I don't have one either. I just gotta feel
Hers
it.
is more.
Oh, you have a fancy watch too.
Mine's 767.
Wow, so not super fast, but the bus would definitely be hearing your heart beating. All right, let's see where they're gonna go next. From the lungs, our red blood cells carried us back to the heart. This time we were on the left side of the heart, the side that pumps fresh blood back to the body again. Kids, it looks as if these red blood cells are on their way to the brain, said Miss Frizzle. Oh my goodness, I think they're going to go to Arnold's brain. When we reached the brain, we would let go of our red blood cells and squeezed out of the blood vessel. It was hard to believe that this wrinkled gray blob was the control center of the body. Miss Frizzle said the brain is made of billions of busy nerve cells. They are constantly sending messages and receiving messages from the eyes, ears, muscles, and other parts of the body. We left the head by climbing down the bones of the spine. Inside the bones was the spinal cord, a thick bundle of nerve cells stretching from the brain. Smaller bundles of nerve cells branched out from each side of the spinal cord. These carried nerve messages to all parts of the body. We followed some nerves that went to the leg muscles. The leg muscles were working hard. They needed a lot of energy. They used up a lot of food and oxygen from the blood. The heart was beating faster to carry fresh blood to the muscle cells. And what does it look like Arnold's doing here? He's running. I think he is running. And so that's why his muscles need so much oxygen and so much food from the blood, because they're working really hard, right?
Oh,
Silly Arnold. We entered a nearby blood vessel. The blood was moving so fast, we were afraid we would lose each other. But at that moment, the school bus floated by. What a relief! We jumped on and went up through the heart and the lungs again, just the way we went before. When we emerged from the bloodstream, we were in a huge open space. "Where are we?" asked a kid. Miss Frizzle explained, "Children, this is the nasal cavity." "The what?" we asked. "The inside of the nose," said the Frizz. Suddenly, we heard a deafening noise. What do you think deafening noise means?
So loud.
So loud? Good job. How did you know that? What clues?
I just thought that if someone was, because it seems they don't like it, and I just don't like loud noises.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's deafening, then it makes you not be able to hear.
You're right. Kiss your brain. That was so good, Miss Renee. Suddenly, we heard a deafening noise. It sounded like, ah, ah, ah.
Chin.
What do you think just happened?
I think he's gonna sneeze.
You think he's going to sneeze him out?
Oh,
All right, we're going to think of that bus one more time. I want you to sniffle a little bit. Do you think a bus would want to be in your nose right now? My nose is pretty clear, so I think a bus, there wouldn't be a lot of boogers and snot in there. I think I'd be okay. What do you guys think? Would a bus want to be in your nose? Are you stuffy? You have boogers in yours? Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in your nose then if I were a bus. All right. Let's see. Then we heard, "Chew!" You were right! A tremendous blast of air hit the bus with full force. We flew forward, spinning around and around. And look, there's Arnold sneezing in the corner.
Oh,
You guys were right. We were going so fast, but we couldn't see anything. But we could tell that we were getting bigger. Then, thud, we landed. There we were, back at school, and there was Arnold in the school parking lot, blowing his nose. "Arnold," we said, "the trip was amazing. You should have been there." Why is that funny?
because they were on the side of
He
him.
couldn't have been there, because then where would they have explored? Back in the classroom, it was business as usual. Miss Frizzle made us draw a chart of the human body for the bulletin board. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? You want to do that? Yeah, that would be such a fun experiment, wouldn't it? Such a fun project. And at last, everything was quiet in Miss Frizzle's class. Everything, of course, except for her dress. All right. Did you guys like this book? You did? I think that it's a pretty good introduction because it teaches us about the body from the inside. And do you remember? I hope you remember this page. We just looked at it. You guys said it was pretty cool, this body chart. Well, that is going to be our science project that we work on as we do this unit. So today we're going to get a big piece of paper and you're each going to get a trace, your outline on the paper, and then we're going to keep learning about each part of the body, and as we learn about it, we're going to get out our outlines and we're going to add it to the outline. We're going to use paper and lots of different colors with lots of different textures to represent all the body parts, and then at the end, you're going to show me what you know. At the very end of this unit, I'm going to give you your own little school bus, and you're going to drive it through your body, and you have to tell me about each part of your body as you go. So we're going to start on our body charts today. So there's paper and there's markers, and you're going to need a friend to help trace you. So everyone's going to have to stand up, hand up, pair up, and you're going to have to trace your partner. Okay? Renee, do you have a question?
Can I give myself hair on mine?
Yes, we can give ourselves hair. We're just doing the outline today. So you should give yourself the way that your hair looks because it's an outline of your body.
Yay.
All right, let's get started.